Alright, a topic I want to cover we haven't talked about was that when we unlocked the fuel technology, we unlocked Mark IV conveyor belts, which give us 480 resources per minute, which is a big jump up from our 270 on Mark III. Now, these can actually be really useful or not much use at all, depending at this stage of the game whether you're using a pure node or using a normal node. And what I mean by that is, if we have a look here, this is our iron node here. I've overclocked it to 270 parts per minute on a Mark II miner because that was the belt speed. Now, if I upgrade the belt speed to Mark IV, the most I can get is 300 parts per minute. So I'm only getting another one smelter's worth of product. So when that's because this is a normal iron node. However, when we go over to our coal node, and this is another time we get to use our jetpack that we just unlocked. A little tip for you before you jump off the edge, make sure you are wearing your jetpack. So this is a pure coal node here. Let me get on it. It's going to show me. Here it is, pure. So with the Mark II miner on a pure node, currently I'm only pulling 270. So upgrading this to 200 to 480, overclocking it means I can put Mark IV conveyor belts and pull out a lot more resources. So that means right now, when we created our steel plant, and we'll go over to our steel plant and have a look. And another great use of the factory cart. So if you remember the steel plant we set up, we pulled two pure coal nodes, and that means that the truck stations are limited by the belt speed that you can feed them in and out with. So right now, these both truck stations are limited by 270. So if I upgraded the belts and the overclocking of the miner, I can get 480 out of these to make more steel ingots, which means we can raise the height of this building, and we can put another set of foundries down and start ramping up the production of the steel ingots. And with the current recipe we're using here, 45 iron, 45 coal. So there would be some maths involved to work out how many more we can do. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but what I am going to worry about is, and discuss, is the iron input. So while we have two pure coal nodes that I'm able to pull 480 out of each one, my iron is coming from normal sources. So from this location we're at over here,
Smecken thanks you very much for your resub.
Tilly, thank you very much for the resub. That's awesome. While we're here, we have 3 iron nodes at this location that are normal. So as I demonstrated before, the most I can pull out of each node is 300. So to get 480, I would have to overclock. I need 2 lines of 480. So I would need to overclock this one to 300 and this one to 300. I still need 180 for each one to get that 480. So even overclocking this to 300 and taking half for each one means that I can only get 2 lines of 450. So that's going to be the deciding factor of how much I can ramp up that steel production plant right now. The only other way I could get around that would be to locate another iron node and bring over that remaining 60 iron that I need to bring that up to that level, and that's also an option. But that's really the Mark IV conveyor belts that come in with the Tier 5-6 with the fuel logistics. Can be great, but can be nothing. It depends on the nodes that you're using. And yeah, you just need to take that into consideration and balance it the right way. You'll find that you might end up using the Mark IV belts a lot more in areas of your factory where things like wire and other items that make a lot of it, and screws is a good one. So screws, you can really ramp up production and transport a lot more screws because you have belts that can do a lot more. But yeah, food for thought.